everyone! Welcome back to ESL Universe, where we help you master English one step at a time. I'm Calida, and today we're going to learn how to introduce ourselves in different situations appropriately. Whether you're simply meeting someone for the first time or introducing yourself in a formal setting, this video will help you feel confident in any introduction scenario in English. Introducing yourself might seem simple, but it's important to do it right depending on the situation. We'll go through 3 common scenarios: casual introductions, formal introductions, and professional introductions. Let's start with casual introductions. This is when you're meeting someone in a relaxed setting, like at a party or a gathering with friends. Here's a simple example. Hi, I'm Sam. Hi, Sam. I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Alex. How do you know Jamie? See how easy that was? In casual settings, you can keep things light and friendly. Here are a few more phrases you can use. Hey, I'm Calida. How's it going? Hi there, I'm Calida. What's your name? Hello, I'm Calida. What brings you here today? You can feel free to mention a common interest or the weather here as well if it suits the situation. Sometimes you can even speak about another topic before introducing yourself. For example, wow, it's a beautiful day for the race today. Who are you cheering for? And then you would wait for an answer. And then you could say, oh, that's great. I'm Calida, by the way. Or you could try, aw, your baby is so cute. How old is he? And again, you would wait for an answer. And then you could say, that's such a fun age. Mine is 6 months too. I'm Calida. What's your name? Remember, in casual introductions, you can use contractions and informal language. Now, let's move on to formal introductions. Formal introductions are used in more serious settings, like meeting someone at a formal event or introducing yourself to someone older or in a position of authority. Here's an example of a formal introduction. Good evening. My name is Samantha Lee. It's a pleasure to meet you. Good evening, Miss Lee. I'm Alex Johnson. The pleasure is mine. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Are you enjoying the event? In formal introductions, it's important to use full names and polite language. Here are a few more examples. Hello, my name is Calida Kello. It's an honor to meet you. Good morning, I'm Calida Kello. How are you doing? Good afternoon. My name is Calida Kello. I've heard so much about you. Notice the use of titles like Mr., Mrs., or Doctor in formal settings. I'd also like to note that this level of formality is actually quite rare in most settings in North America, and it would be worth checking in with someone local to the area to find out when this degree of formality is needed. For example, adults speaking to each other would not automatically assume that someone is older or has a position of authority over them. Even doctors and teachers often use their first name with their patients and students, so it's important to respect how they introduce themselves. If they introduce themselves by their first name, it is safe to assume that you can use their first name. If you are unsure, you can also start by addressing someone by their title and see how they react. For example, if someone came up to me and they called me Mrs. Kello, I would likely respond by saying something like, oh, Calida, please. This is intended to give permission to use the first name, and the person may even feel annoyed if they have to remind you over and over again to call them by their first name. So make sure that you pay attention to the level of formality being used throughout a conversation. This is, however, more common with younger generations than older generations, so it never hurts to start out more formal and then move to be more informal. Finally, let's move on to professional introductions. Professional introductions are used in business settings, such as at meetings or conferences. Here's an example of a professional introduction. Good morning. I'm Samantha Lee, the new marketing manager at ABC Corp. Good morning, Ms. Lee. I'm Alex Johnson, project coordinator at XYZ Limited. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Johnson. I look forward to working with you. In professional settings, it's important to include your job title and company name. Here are a few more examples. Hello, I'm Calida, the founder of ESL Universe. Good afternoon. My name is Calida and I do volunteer coordination for Mars. Hi, I'm Calida, an ESL instructor from iSans. It's a pleasure to meet you. Remember to be confident and clear when introducing yourself professionally. And, just like in formal introductions, read the room for how formal you should be. I live in Canada, and in general, we tend to be pretty informal in all settings. Once initial introductions are done, it's very common to almost immediately move to less formal language. For example, even in professional job interviews, it is common for me to use first names and make jokes. If you're ever unsure about how formal you should be speaking, take a few minutes to listen before you speak and follow the flow of the conversation so that others don't feel like they need to be careful with how they speak around you. So, there you have it. Now you know how to introduce yourself in casual, formal, and professional settings. Practice these phrases and you'll feel more confident the next time you meet someone new. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more English tips. Thanks for watching ESL Universe and see you next time.